Hey guys, Aaron here for the Love of Tech, and we got something new in the studio today. Kevin Cat. This thing's heavy, and I just used all of my upper body strength to lift it up. This is my friend Kevin, and he's here with his company, Rob Harris Productions, and they make movie magical production magic for all of your commercial needs. And I will let him introduce himself and his company, and then we're gonna get into the main event.
All right, hey guys, I'm Kevin. I'm with Rob Harris Productions. We're not quite as magical as he made us out to seem, but we do make magic on commercials. So if you ever need anything, look us up. Today I brought with me our new camera, the DJI Ronin 4D. The 6K version. There is an 8K version. It's a little bit more expensive, so we went with this version today.
Kevin, what can you tell us about the DJI Ronin 4D?
Well, it is the first of its kind, actually. Typically, when you buy a camera, you have to buy the body, you have to buy your lenses, you have to buy your stabilization system, your focus system, all of that's separate. It's the first camera system to have everything built into it. It's working with a lidar focus systems. It's using about 20 to 40,000 different laser points to get the proper focus on your subject or whatever you want to be shooting. Also, what really sets us apart is the 4D access. It not only has a gimbal to control your lens, it also has the ability to stabilize the up-down access. It gives it the name 4D. Typically, you would have had to buy a Ronin system. Again, the Ronin. And what they did was combine that with their old system, the Osmo. Took the best of the Osmo, the best of the Ronin.
I'm seeing it now.
Putting it together and
I'm seeing it now.
made this.
Osmo. And if you look, there's some similarities here between the Osmo and this. If you look, they stole the design of the Osmo and they put it right there.
The original Osmo, before they came out with the mobile version, they had the Osmo version for the Inspire 1, which was their first top-of-the-line drone. They had an X5R lens, which was a lens capable of shooting in RAW. So it took that system of the original Osmo system. This was before they even had a Ronin. And so on the original Osmo, you'd have a handle here, and then you'd have a lens. Now they actually gave you a camera body. So a little more to work with. It actually has everything built into it. Monitor, ND filters, stabilization, focus pool, and then it has some pretty nifty controllers on the side, which kind of makes you feel like a jet pilot. So
I feel like we're supposed to open it here. There's a little tab here. So
that's what I love about DJI. They make things simple for you. I'm gonna pull the first one. Aaron, go ahead. The second one's all yours.
Ooh. There's one more. There's one. Get the third one.
You get the one up front. There's one in back.
Ooh.
Okay. One over here.
Teamwork.
I've been waiting all week to open this, so.
He's literally texting me every day. He's like, it's like Christmas and I have a present to open and I haven't yet. And I'm like, just wait, we're gonna get to it.
Oh wow.
Ooh, it's a case.
Yeah, so I didn't even know they gave us a case. So this unboxing is awesome. They gave you a case to work with.
So I just got, as you guys may or may not know, depending on the release of my videos, the DJI FPV drone, which I know I'm a little late to the party. I don't care, but it did not come with the case.
Usually they don't.
I was tremendously disappointed.
DJI only sends cases with their lens, and even these lenses that we got for this one didn't even come with a case. So I'm really happy the fact that we actually got a case with this camera. It's a huge upgrade.
All right, so let's open up this case.
I think teamwork's the best way. Why don't you pull it and I'll yeah.
You knew it was gonna be heavy. Next time I got a doctor's note. Nothing over 50 pounds, and that was.
I think it is. It's close to about, with the case, it's probably close to 30 to 40 pounds.
This isn't a case. This is luggage.
Wow.
This is like
first off,
TSA approved luggage.
Take a look at this. It's actually got the codes, so you can have combination. Again, I'm thoroughly impressed with this case.
DJI must feel that this case is strong enough to put through the airport because it's got little TSA guys on there.
And I think it is the exact size for carry-on to where you can put it in a carry-on overhead bin.
I carry on bigger
All right, so again, this is first time opening, so I'm hoping these, okay. All right, let's do this. Wow. That is a great case, first off. They have all the modules, so your hand grips already built in. Monitor, everything looks like it just fits.
It comes with a monitor.
Comes with a monitor. Again, if you buy a camera separate, any other camera you'd buy, you wouldn't have a monitor come with it. So for a cine quality camera, having a monitor, that saves you another $1,000.
So this is not just a gimbal, not just a 4D access. This is a cinema camera, 6K.
This is a cine quality camera,
Okay.
6K. Their other version again is the 8K. Now what's great about this though is shooting at 6K, the highest quality you can shoot, you shoot up to 60 frames per second. At 1080, you're shooting at 240, I think.
What do you do with that? Slow it down?
Slow motion.
Slow it down?
But it's also got the tracking system. So whatever you're slowing, this lidar, the lasers on top is gonna track what's going on. Yeah, it's probably the most high-tech camera I've ever been around. Again, it's the first of its kind.
Can I touch it?
Yes, please. I am just in shock of how well this is put together. DJI doesn't do this.
They used to. They used to.
With the Inspire 1.
Yeah, my Inspire 1, I threw it out because I couldn't get the batteries to work. Now, knowing what I know now, I should have just gotten new batteries.
Yep.
And I threw away a $1,000 drone.
All it takes is new batteries. With those batteries, you want to make sure you cycle them, make sure. What's cool about this,
Mine sat over a year.
Oh wow, yeah, your battery's gonna go bad.
Yeah, my batteries went bad.
You'll
I just threw it out. A brand new Inspire 1. I flew it like 10 times.
These are the same batteries as the Inspire 2.
Okay.
With the Ronin, I believe it was the Ronin-s system. They actually worked with the Ronin, the old Ronin, and the Inspire 2. These same batteries now carry over to this system. So one battery would last you about an hour and a half.
One battery to rule them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like erector sets for cameras.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So you buy it, you're like, I'm gonna go record a movie. We're gonna make a commercial. We're gonna do something amazing. The only thing you don't have is lenses, which you need. So now let's talk about the lenses. Which ones did you have? Let's just review
Since
those.
I have the Inspire 2, I decided to go with the DJI DL lens mount. It will adapt to my Inspire 2 with the X7 gimbal that I purchased as well.
Okay.
So with the Inspire 2, you need to buy a new gimbal, but since you're doubling up on lenses, now you're getting double your money out of your lenses. You're gonna be able to use it with your drone, you're gonna be able to use it with your camera. It also has the ability to use a Sony mount and an M mount, I believe.
So you can do your Sony mount, and what's the other one? The Canon?
You got Canons, Leica. I mean, there's a few different options.
And then I know Sigma makes it compatible with the E-mount. So if you can do Sigma, which is a little cheaper, but still super good quality. Little cheaper though, not big name brand. Actually, it's kind of a generic brand, but it's still, don't
works
rule it
great.
out.
It really
don't
does.
rule it out if you're trying
with
to save
this
money.
full frame sensor, you're gonna get the full frame of the actual lens. So if you're shooting with a 30mm, it's gonna look like a 30mm. It's not cropped.
Do we want to?
Yeah, let's take it out.
Let's take it out.
Let's do it.
All right. So here's one of our lenses. This is the 24mm 2.8. Also works on your Inspire 2.
There's even more to open here. See, so all your cords. Wow, this is amazing.
The cords come with cord wraps on them.
Yes, and it's got its own package for your cords. So that's amazing.
Talk about geeking out right now.
Yeah, these are all like, I honestly have no idea what this is. Okay, so you got your mounts. Just make sure you cover your sensors.
All right,
lenses.
All right, so
They did not cheap. So you're spending,
not...
the base model that we got here is about $6,800. They dropped it from $7,200 because they dropped the Apple ProRes RAW ability for editing, but they still give you the Apple ProRes 422. It's more than enough.
It's the same thing without the name brand, without the licensing fee, which made it more expensive. Now it's more affordable. Doors have opened up to more consumers, commercial users, all sorts of stuff. So.
Oh wow, and they still gave us a battery. So no matter what, you still get it. So I brought a battery
out
with
the
me,
box.
charged, but they give you another battery. Now these batteries aren't cheap. They're $150 a pop. So no matter what, if you went to buy a camera system like this, you would have had to buy batteries, a monitor, your stabilization system, your focus pool, and again, that does not come with just a box with a Cine camera. So all in all, I think they did a great job putting this thing together. It's amazing. It really is.
Let me get these grips out of here for you.
Those are really, really, I mean, it makes you feel like a fighter.
Set them aside, and then I think we'll be okay to close this.
Now the real thing that really sets this off from other gimbals is because it has a certain list of lenses that it's using. It already knows the weight, it already knows the calibration. You just type in what lens you have in their system, it'll calibrate for it. It's a beauty. Really is.
So this thing doesn't seem that heavy right now. I think it was just a lot heavier because we had the box and everything else.
So what you do is you sort of put these guys, looks like there's a little lock, unlock. Slide right in, lock it down.
Lock unlock works.
Boom. When you hear the click, you know it's in.
Yep. And when you just, with DJI, when you push it and you can't push anymore, you know you're done.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work the first time, don't force it. It will go in smoothly.
Yeah, pull it out, redo it, recalibrate it, so.
What's cool, so what we just put on were the actual mechanisms to sort of control this camera. I don't know if you guys can see this up here, but if you look close, you've got your focusing, this right here is gonna pull your focus. You've got all your controls for what mode, the peak, everything you need to control this camera is right here. No longer are you having to go back and forth. Everything is sort of right at your hands. So they have all sorts of buttons. And again, this is my first time opening it, so I have not even gotten to fully explore this camera yet, and I'm really looking forward to using this on the next shoot.
So this has got a couple more cool little pieces in here. Since we're unboxing, let's enjoy all of the things. What is this? DJI, it's in Chinese. Remove sticker.
Oh, that's your lidar.
The laser. It's a laser.
That is the laser. Wow.
This is remove sticker.
So your lidar right there.
Laser.
Just as I pull it off, let's show you guys. So they put a sticker on it, make sure nothing gets to it. You pull it off. You got two sensors. You got one right there. Oh, I just stuck it to it. It's your main one and your second one. I'm not sure which one tracks, but one of these tracks, one of these focuses.
Okay.
So that will
I guess we don't need to know. We just need to know that they're working.
Yeah, they work. If it doesn't, I am definitely going to be talking to DJI, so have a strongly worded email.
All right.
Now there's
this
just...
This is a great case.
There's so many cords in here, I don't even know what half of them do. This is a brand new cord. I have never seen...
You know else who does things like this? Aperture. When you buy anything from Aperture, you're getting everything put in together like...
I was very impressed.
Very impressed. Like, there are certain things that you buy, and it's like, it's crazy expensive. And once you get into it, you realize why. And it's like the packaging and the quality is like nothing else that I've ever experienced. So
they're already giving you every little thing, every little loop right here.
You're paying for it. They're thinking about it, and it's little details that make an experience so much better for myself.
They held off releasing something for the Inspire 2 lenses for years. It's been about 2 years since the Inspire 2 was dropped, telling everyone they'd come with a ground camera. And they really tell that the 2 years they've been working on something that's going to be almost fluid. It's a great camera. I'm just amazed. So, like I said, some of these cords I've never even seen before. So I'm assuming these are for other countries.
This is for Europe?
Yep, Europe. European.
Yeah.
Again, another Europe.
You're European?
I'm
right
European.
Here, right here.
Least you can't see under the cable. There's a bucket down here. That's what's under the table.
European.
Okay, so yeah, this is basically, they allow you to do the AC power. So if you don't have a battery, it goes directly into charge. So whether you're doing like an
interview. Yeah. So not only can this be like mobile, chasing you around the neighborhood, death murder scene, crazy chick running through the house. You can actually put it on a tripod, hopefully a sturdy tripod, with a weight to make sure this thing is centered with gravity.
I would recommend sandbag it.
Sandbag it, for sure. I would not want nothing like we got set up.
Yeah, it would worry me a little, but what's cool is they lock it in. So there's a thing over here to lock in this gimbal right here. So where it's stuck, it's not coming down. Once we turn it on, you can unlock it and it'll pop it up. Okay. Oh, so there's the clips.
So right there, you can go ahead and get that thing on a nice, good, strong. I mean, I don't know. If I had something to record, I would be like, YOLO, let's go buy one.
Honestly, I do a lot of commercial with this camera in my free time. I'm thinking about doing like a short film. This is the type of camera that can go from a commercial shoot.
This is a short film.
Yeah, short film. Even a TV series, you could see somebody using like this on the streaming networks nowadays. It's so versatile.
It is commercial grade equipment. If you are the prosumer, right, you're going to love this device because it's going to hit every nail on the head if you can afford it. Because this is definitely a luxury item for the prosumer. For the professional, this is probably entry level into the professional world, but it's still pretty amazing.
For anybody who gets a system like this, you're going to save money in the long run regardless. If you have the DJI system where you've got the Inspire 2, you might already have the lenses, this is going to save you money in the long run no matter what.
Okay. All right.
You know, I think typically when you buy a stabilizer, it costs what, $3,000, $4,000 for a professional rig to stabilize a Cine camera.
That's like,
yeah. You got the old Ronins, you know, the ones. So they took that technology and then made this, and I think they did an excellent job.
all right, do we got to charge anything else? Do we got to put our lidar on it? Do we got to put a lens on it? What's next?
I've got a fresh battery here, and like I said, I've been waiting for this, so we can go ahead.
I'm so excited, guys.
You know, I honestly don't even know where to start. See that? They got these grips here, which sort of, you know, you don't want to put your hands on everything. Don't need to lose another battery. What I'm going to show you guys now is their 24 millimeter lens. It's the DL mount, so you don't need to put any sort of adapter on it. It's going to fit right into your DJI Ronin.
Now this also is compatible on the Inspire 2, correct?
It is.
Okay.
So I brought the gimbal today. If you want to show them,
got it.
that is the gimbal that will be on the Inspire 2. So the Inspire 2 has a few different gimbals. You have one for their X5S, which I believe still works with their X4. This one will now use their DJI DL lenses. It is a full frame sensor on the Ronin, and on here it is a Super 35, I believe. Again, you have the range of 16, 24, 35, and 50. The reason I did not get the 16 millimeter is because, like I said, this is a full frame sensor. Unfortunately, their 16 millimeter lens right now only works as a Super 35, which basically makes it a 24 millimeter on a full frame. So figure get the 24, looks the same. What's cool about these is carbon fiber lenses.
Woo!
Lightweight, made for drones. That is the weight ring.
What does that do?
It's supposed to be screwed in like that,
Okay.
which it wasn't. But that will help you balance it on your gimbal, your drone. If you need a little bit more weight, hold it back down.
Got it.
So this right here, sort of keep it on to help with the lens. I don't really like to shoot with that on. It gets in the way. So typically for a drone, you need an ND filter. Put an ND filter. This one takes a 46 millimeter, same as the other drone lenses for the Inspire 2. I'd screw it right on here, pop it on the drone. The ND filters for here are built in.
Nice.
So you've got from like 0.03, which is barely anything, all the way up to 12 or 16. I mean, it's a huge, huge range of ND filters. So now I'm just gonna pop this guy right here. We can get it open. Right there's the button. So there's the button. Again, my first time. It's weird. It's definitely not like any camera system they've ever had. So here is where you guys can see the sensor, that full frame sensor.
Look at that. If you guys are ever wondering what full frame is, this is full frame, and cropped would be less. So it would be more of a square, whereas this is more of a 16 by 9, if that makes sense to you guys in your head. So here we go. So let's go ahead and get that thing turned on.
So I'm gonna put the lens on here first.
Woo-hoo.
Red to red. DJI has the red mounts. Pop it in. All right, feels secure.
5 minutes later.
We were lied to, deceived even. So if you are looking to buy this, it does not come with a lens or a memory card. So
it takes a special kind of memory card. So you're not looking at like a regular SD card. It's a CFX Express Type B. So they also use the DJI proprietary SSD. A little bit more expensive. You're looking at $800 versus a couple hundred. So stick with that CFX Express.
Yeah. And buy the insurance on that CFX Express because they do go bad. Memory cards go bad.
Always buy anything you're spending over a couple hundred. It's worth to have the insurance. So it took us a minute to even figure out how to turn this thing on. It was so new to me that I didn't even know what to do. First step though, power button. It's right here on the side. I'm gonna show it to everybody here. Let's give it a little push and hold. 1, 2, 3. Power's on. You see the monitor, the DJI logo. And that's how you know it's on. So to move this, that's pretty solid too. It's got
That's really solid. I was thinking to tilt it up and show it to the people.
You can tilt it.
Okay.
So you hear that beeping? That's telling me that the gimbal is locked. So your gimbal is locked in a few places. I don't know if these guys can see it, but I'm gonna get close up here. give you guys a shot. See those red locks right there? And then you got another one right here. And you got another one right there.
So for educational, if you just got this and it's out the box and you're not perfect with these things yet and you're still learning, definitely pay attention to those locks. If not, you're going to spend hours trying to scour YouTube, the internet, message boards, bulletin boards, when all you had to do was come to For the Love of Tech, and we got it right here.
We went through the manual. It wasn't English. It was too hard to go through the manual. We're looking through on YouTube. There's really not much out on this
Not a
camera.
whole lot. It's right there.
You got your clicks. Make sure the red not showing. 1, 2, 3.
Now everything's loosey-goosey.
All set. Now over here, you're gonna recenter your gimbal. Over here, there's some buttons. Basically, it's gonna ask if you wanna wake up your gimbal now that it's unlocked. Press wake. Boom. Now it's centered up. You wanna recenter it, you just press the button and it recenters.
So you mean to tell me this thing calibrates itself?
Yes.
It's not like the Osmo I have down there that I hate because the balancing and it's heavy and it's painful. This solves so many problems. It balances itself because mainly it's all there and you're using their lens, whereas they know the weight of the lens that's going on there.
Yes.
So, and they know it. Whereas when you got to do it manually, you got to figure that out on your own, and you're kind of eyeballing it.
Well, it's cool though,
that
is they
it's
still
level.
allow you to do that. So
You
even
can still
here,
make adjustments.
So here's your locks for your
Okay.
gimbal adjustments. You want to loosen it up, make it go forward. You know, you have the ability to do it. I don't want to do it since it already knows the weight of the lens.
Yeah, and why is this important? It's important because DJI thinks it knows what it wants you to do, but it's not going to be arrogant enough to think that it knows exactly what you're going to do. Because every situation, environment, and shooting condition, it's all different. Nothing's the same, but it's giving you a solid baseline to start your production off with, which I'm excited. If I had more, I'm trying to talk myself into buying this. This is what I'm trying to do.
That's why I brought it over here. I wanted
He wanted me to buy one. I might.
What's cool about this too, now let's say right now that 4-axis is locked. So we're keeping it here. You've got your gimbal. It's still pretty stable. Now if I want to shoot with this, it's got a gimbal on it. It's still pretty stable. I move it up and down, left, right, that's going to stay in spot. But now this is the part that sets it apart, is the 4D. So to get that 4D camera, there's some right on the side next to the power button, 4D. Press it, boom, lifts up. Now again, it knows the weight of this lens, so it has a little better idea of where I'm gonna go. Up, down, left, right. I haven't really keyed in the calibration. This is just the basic settings that it's already on, and you can tell it's still pretty smooth just from the basics. Now, what's cool again, I wanna recenter. There's right here where I'm holding it, recenter, and recenter. So this one does your access, and that one does your gimbal. When I'm this way, it'll recenter.
Wow.
Now when you're done, let's say you just want to hold it right there, press the 4D button again, and it locks back in.
ET go home right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is amazing.
That thing is fucking sexy.
Now something I do worry about this camera is there's so many moving parts. There is so many electronics. So when you need something repaired, you're gonna have to send it into DJI. There's no doing it on your own with this. Why don't you pick it up, give it a, tell me how you like it. As someone who messes with smaller cameras, what do you think?
It's not the size that counts.
It's not the size, exactly, it's the size of the sensor.
It's how you use it. For 3.5 minutes.
This one has some serious motion.
Wow. Okay.
Now you feel the weight difference compared to how it was in the box. When you have two hands on, it's a little bit more.
So how do we get it to lock on something?
So it's a lock.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, those are your remotes.
Oh my gosh. I'm talking about locking a position on an image.
So you're talking about like trying to
Tracking.
tracking. So I haven't even gotten into this. That's why I want to do it. So we want to do another one on the review. It's going to take me a few days to figure out all the bells and whistles in this thing, because there are so many things that I want to show on this. You got the tracking, the lidar focus. Just from unboxing it, it was already a lot. And over here, you can tighten this gimbal, lock, loosen, tighten, whatever way it's going left and right. You can actually adjust that as well. Yeah, it's such a cool piece of technology. I'm just excited to break it open and see exactly what this thing can do on set.
So over here, Is there a way to get it to extend the 4D without activating it, or
No,
that's the whole thing?
You have to
So
press,
that's the button.
So press the 4D, boom.
Ooh.
And now if you want to center that gimbal again, double click that.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see how smooth that is? Now it also has what's called a there's a chip inside that's actually monitoring where he's moving and how he's moving this camera. As it goes up and down, it's reading the up and down. So when you upload this into your Final Cut, I believe it's Adobe, it'll read what the movements were, so it'll help you stabilize that footage even better in post. The technology that went into this thing is just amazing. So right now, here we go. You got your, if you're familiar with DJI's monitors, they also had the other, the Bright monitor, I believe, for the Inspire 2. It was similar, all the buttons are built in, but right here is where you get to your settings. It's gonna tell you whether you wanna do full frame, what your recording code is, your resolution, your LUTs, your frames per second, all that information is there. DJI is actually gonna make you a monitor, where this monitor, let's say if someone on set, they wanna hold this monitor and be the director, they have the ability to not only just watch what you're doing, they can control this camera from that extra monitor on the director's set.
And there's zero lag, and I think, if I remember correct, did someone say that it goes up to 3 mile distance?
I believe it
Was
does.
it something? It was ridiculous.
Yes.
Fact check us. If we're wrong, make sure to leave a comment and thumbs up the video twice.
The native ISO is at 800. So right now, at 800 ISO, you're already bumping up without any grain. I believe it can go up to 4000 ISO in a certain recording. So you have so much room with this camera.
All right.
It's built for low light settings. So if you don't have a lot of lights, you don't want to spend a lot of money on lights, this is the camera to get.
It's another thing, another box that it's checking of something else that you won't have to buy or separate differently. So this has been a very in-depth unboxing because there's a lot of different moving parts. Guys, thanks for watching the video. This was a very in-depth unboxing, so I appreciate all the time we got to spend together. This is Kevin with Rob Harris Production. Do you guys have a website, a way that people can reach out to you if they need to get something done, a quote, something, anything?
I'll keep it easy for you. It's www.robharris.com. Very simple.
RobHarris.com, super easy, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, for the love of tech, namaste.